Ida for asking my cousin to leave my baby shower because she wouldn't stop talking about her fertility struggles. 34 female here. I'm currently 7 months pregnant with a girl. 3 years ago, I was pregnant for the first time with my son, and I had a stillbirth. It was a sad and horrific experience for both me and my husband. I wasn't sure if I wanted to try again because I was so sad and afraid, which is why I waited so long to have my daughter. This pregnancy has been beautiful, but also has obviously stirred up a lot of old fears and emotions. The good news is that everything is going well so far, and my husband and I are both so excited and grateful. Last weekend, my mother-in-law and mother threw a baby shower for me. They both know the pregnancy has been difficult at times, and really wanted to make it a positive event and help me celebrate. They invited several of my friends as well as relatives. One of the guests was my cousin, who I'll call Caitlin, 35 female. I love Caitlin, but she has the tendency to make things all about her. She has a beautiful little girl, 4 female, and is currently trying for another child. I know she's had a hard time getting pregnant for a second time, and has tried IVF. I know she really wants a second child, so the experience has been difficult for her. Anyways, during the shower, my guests who have children were going in a circle and giving me advice. Everyone was so kind and positive, which I really appreciated. But then, it got to Caitlin, and she started crying and saying that I should always appreciate my child because she's a gift from God. She then started talking about how lucky I am, and told the entire table about her fertility issues and how she's had such a hard time getting pregnant. This went on for about half an hour, and it completely shifted the focus from my daughter to Caitlin and her fertility issues. Even after we were done with this activity, Caitlin was crying and talking to several of my guests about her infertility. At one point, I went into the kitchen to help my mom tidy up a bit, and Caitlin came up to me and started talking about how difficult the baby shower has been for her. To be honest, I snapped. I told her I understand she's going through something difficult, and I have a ton of empathy for her, but the day was about celebrating my daughter. I told her if it was too much for her, she shouldn't have come at all, and I would have fully understood. I also explained to her that after my stillbirth, it was bittersweet seeing her and my other friends with their beautiful, healthy babies. But I never made events that were about my friends and their children about me and my loss. In fact, my cousin's daughter was christened a few months after I lost my son, and I selfishly had a difficult time watching the ceremony because I was thinking about my baby. I didn't tell anyone this, because I didn't want to take away from her daughter's special day, and my husband and I both smiled through the ceremony and celebrated with everyone else. I also told her that the pregnancy has brought up all kinds of difficult emotions, and I wanted a day of love and happiness with my loved ones. Caitlin basically accused me of minimizing her feelings and not understanding that everyone handles loss differently. She said her reaction was a normal response to what she's going through. I basically said if she wasn't in a place to celebrate me or my daughter, I understand, but she needs to leave. She went and got her mom, and they both stormed out of the event. After the guests left, I told my mother and mother-in-law about our conversation, and they agreed that she was being completely inappropriate and insensitive. My mother-in-law even said that she wanted to ask her to leave because it was so tone deaf. I got a call from Caitlin's mother today, and she expressed that she was astonished by my lack of empathy for Caitlin and what she's going through. She told me if I don't apologize for kicking her out of the baby shower, I'll never be invited at their house ever again. Am I crazy for feeling like my complaints to Caitlin were valid? Am I the asshole and do I owe her an apology?